Good evening and welcome back to the show, and a huge welcome back to the main man, Anthony. How you doing, sir? I ain't seen you for a while.
No, it's been a while, Lee. Obviously, yeah, it's good to be back. Obviously, I might have gone a bit more grey, but you know what I mean. When you're on a show 9 months with a flip flop, it does turn you grey. Like so. But listen, it's good to be back, and and we can talk about our club.
Yes, our club,
Yeah,
our club, the Arsenal club, the
yeah,
Arsenal Football Club, which is at its lowest point. It's been in it for a while. We went from up here after beating Real Madrid, knocking them out in the quarterfinals, to two well, I can't say it was a poor performance last night, to be fair. Why? I think they tried, they battled, but it all boils down to not recruiting correctly back in the summer and in January, not reinforcing that after getting injuries as well. And the decision not to sign a striker, whether it be in the summer or January, has ultimately undone us and cost us a possible final with Inter Milan. Because last night, the chances we had, especially early on in the game, the strikers on the end of them 2 or 3 chances that we had, we go 1-0 or 2-0 up in that first 15 minutes. And, then it's a whole different game. And for me, it's a disappointment. It's like a heart-sinking disappointment. And there was moments in that game where I thought we played very well. There was moments where I thought we dropped off and we just could not get the grips of the game. It was a bit to and fro. Odegaard, who I have been slagging off for most of the season, I thought, he had one of his best games in a while, but he still hasn't. Whether he's carrying an injury or not, I'm not sure. From his last injury, whether he's still carrying some sort of niggle, that might be the reason behind it. But he had that shot on target, and then which produced a world class save from Donnarumma. To be fair, and then from then, I don't know where his head went down. He was running around a little bit. He was trying hard, but he kept losing the ball. Thomas Partey, for me, lost the ball quite a lot as well. So I don't think Declan Rice was comfortable enough going forward as much as what he should have. It was a disappointing game, to be fair, and I'm just still trying to get over it. I was going to do a reaction last night, but I was so upset about it. I thought I can't do it. The penalty they got was double unlucky. Justice was served. Raya saves it. Saka gets a goal back. Nearly gets another one back as well. Balloons it over the bar. And, then it's just inevitable. We knew it was going to happen. I think the best team on the night actually won over the tie. And, I'm not taking that away from Paris Saint-Germain. I think they actually deserved to win the game, and good luck to them in the final. But it's so disappointing, isn't it? It's just heart wrenching. And then in between the two ties, we had that defeat to Bournemouth as well, and we lost Paris Saint-Germain, lost to Bournemouth, lost 3 games in a row now, and we've got to go to Anfield next. I mean, it's not going to get any better, is it?
No, it's not. No, I mean, if you cast your mind back, Lee, for when the very first Champions League game, obviously when the campaign first started, we got off to a sort of decent result, if you like to know, and then obviously within that group stage we beat PSG, didn't we? They were in the group, so we beat them 2-1. And to be honest with you, well, when you actually looked at PSG last night and the week before compared to that first game we played them, what a change! They changed dramatically.
Do you know what the main change is? They got Kvaratskhelia from Napoli, brilliant winger, and Dembele scored I think he's got about 25 goals since January. For whatever reason, their midfield was tremendous. They've got some great players in that midfield. I can't remember his name. Begins with V. What's his name? What a player he is. They've got Kvaratskhelia as well on the wing. You know, they've got some really good. Hakimi, the right back. What's a game he had?
Yeah, he scored the goal, didn't he? Yeah,
and I thought it was brilliant. Let's just before we move forward, let's just say hello to the chat. There's Jordan. How you doing, Jordan? Luca, how you doing? Big up, Luca, in the chat. How you doing? Unblock him, Jordan. Unblock Luca. Luca talks ball. Another Arsenal and MK Don's content creator. Jordan's a content creator as well. Go and check their channels out. Is John Tottenham fan? John, I've actually got to send you the link, haven't I? You wanted to come on and have a little say. Let me just sort that out for you. And Luca's saying I'll set her out.
Yeah,
I'll set her out. I don't think he's going to be. I said it in a video, and I've been disagreed with, obviously, and I think this Andrea Berta's going to crack the whip at the end of the season. I've just got a feeling about it. I think he's going to crack the whip. He's been brought in to rock the boat a little bit, hasn't he? And I think he is going to think, you know what, mate? Is the reason why we didn't buy a striker or spend any money in January because they think Arteta had enough money? What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, he did. He's you've got to think he's had a lot of money by the Cronkies. He's been backed. Yeah. I've said this on this show. I've said it on all different shows I go on. Yeah, and he's been backed. There's no that is not a lie. I mean, you look at back when we had Unai Emery. I mean, in all fairness, I don't think Unai Emery was backed that much. I know we had that 72 million for Pepe, but I know it was a bit of a disaster with him. But I mean, you look at it. I mean, this is Mikel Arteta's team now. And it's apart from what is it? Three players are Unai Emery's players still at Arsenal.
Martinelli,
you've got Martinelli, Saliba, and also Kieran Tierney. Right? Yeah. But unfortunately, he's going.
Yeah.
Do I still rate Kieran Tierney? Of course I do. I still think he should be the left back. I think he should be given game time. He should be given the opportunity because, in all fairness, that was an absolute disaster for him to let go on Ling. It's like, and I've called it before, when Kieran Tierney was out on Ling, Martinelli was like a lost soul out on that left-hand side. Because do you know what I mean? Because we had White and Saka, that was linking up good on the right. Yeah, and then we had Kieran Tierney and Martinelli, it was linking up well. And then it just, on that left side, it just fell apart.
So many different left backs, wouldn't there? There's tried so many different things. I think like Zinchenko, the inverted left back that we've tried, even with Miles Lewis-Skelly. I think he's a great player, Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's got bags of potential, but he's a midfielder. He's a midfielder playing at left back, and you see how good he is in midfield. I think he was brilliant when he's inverted. When he's in midfield, he's brilliant, and he has his moments when he has to play at left back. When we lose the ball, he's got to track back and running back into that position. But that was a little bit exposed. That left side of the defence, it was a little bit exposed last night. I thought like the wingers were quick. He was getting beaten to the punch, and I know he was unlucky with the penalty decision. Hakimi didn't even call for it. He didn't even appeal for the penalty, and the game was stopped. The game was going on, and then the VAR have poked their oar in and told the referee to go and check the screen. He had to stop play and go back and check the screen for something that happened like a minute or two beforehand, which wasn't even appealed for. So I mean, I don't get that. I don't. All right, it was a penalty. It was handball. I see that it wasn't intentional, and Rad did save it. I think who took the penalty? I think it was that midfielder. What's his name? Begins with V. Was it?
Do you know what? I can't pronounce his name because I'll most probably destroy it. But bloody hell, I've never ever seen a penalty. It was like his face was like it. He didn't look convinced. It like obviously when he was ready to step up to take it, and then when the whistle went, it was like doom doom. He was like trotting.
Yeah.
That was what it was like. And then obviously, I knew when I saw that, I thought if he scores this, then fair play to him. But if he doesn't, he's either going to obviously miss or Rhea's going to save it. And it was great by Rhea. So. They did really well, Rhea. I thought personally, Rhea was one of our best. I know they scored 2, but I thought he had a good game last night. He kept us in it. With the shots that he was saving.
Yeah.
And that sort of thing. But I mean, their goalkeeper.
Yeah. Well, he's world class, Panorama. He's world class, mate.
Yes.
I just think the whole of their midfield was better than ours. It was. You got to admit it.
Yeah.
Like Neves and Neves and Ruiz. What's his name? Vitina.
Yeah.
Good player, mate. Good player. And they had, the Barbacola and that Kvetsi for me, he's an unbelievable player. He's an unbelievable player. And we're just going to welcome in John, who's a Tottenham fan.
You all right, Lee? What's up, Anthony? Sorry about that.
How you doing?
How you doing, people? You all right?
Not too bad, John. You all right?
We've got Stefan Ortega.
Anthony.
How you doing, Stefan, in the chat? John, turn your phone the other way.
Which way? This way?
Horizontal. Yeah.
That way. Can you see me?
Not yet. Ain't caught up. No. Horizontal, so it's like TV screen size.
Like that?
Hey?
Can you see me, Lee?
I don't know what's happening to your phone, mate. You're like.
Oh, he ain't got his rotation on. He ain't got his rotation on.
Oh, you ain't got your rotation on.
I'll do that.
You've got a bad connection as well, John. Leave it like that, bro. That's all right. Just stay as you are. That's all right, mate.
Big man, nice one. Nice to be on. Nice to be with you. Like, I'm on the other side of the it's cool. Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the match. I was just listening to Jackie Liverpool on Sky News regarding the commentary, Lee and Anthony.
Yeah.
And for me, it's about chances. And as you said, listen to Julia, in the first 3-4 minutes, Arsenal had 3 to 4 chances.
Yeah.
And
we've lost John. He had a bad connection. He was basically just reiterating what I was saying about the start of the game. Arsenal had like 3 or 4 chances earlier on in the game.
Yeah, we did.
It would have been a different kettle of fish, mate, wouldn't it? And I just want to know what your fans out there feel about the game. I mean, who's to blame? Anthony, who do you think's to blame?
It don't matter what happens on the pitch. I know we can blame certain players, and certain players wasn't great, but at the end of the day, Lee, the buck stops with the manager. So if the players not playing to their expectations on the pitch, it's down to the managers to hype them up. Get the morale going in the team. There wasn't any of that. I mean, and then you look at it as well. Look at the substitutions. It was pretty much the same substitution as last week. Ben White for Timber. Well, that's a like for like.
Yeah.
So that wasn't going to do it. That wasn't really going to change anything. We needed
a goal, Anthony. Why is he doing that?
I don't know. And to be honest with you, you mentioned about Odegaard. I have been slating Odegaard all season. I think this is the crappiest City's been absolutely shit this season.
Worst season ever.
Yeah, and I don't know why we didn't start Nwaneri. Why did we start Nwaneri? That would have been much better than starting Odegaard. I mean, the guy's not even a captain, for fuck's sakes. I mean, I don't understand why anybody can turn around and say, "Oh, but that's the captain of your team." Have you ever known a captain to be subbed so many times within a season? No, I haven't. But Tony Adams, captain.
No.
90 minutes. Saul Campbell after Tony Adams, 90 minutes. Thierry Henry, 90 minutes. And so was Patrick Vieira, you know. And I mean, obviously, with the experienced players we had at the back, I mean, obviously, you know, Dixon was captain for a while. I mean, obviously, if not, Winterburn had his badge, and so did Keown or Bold.
Yeah.
You know, they always stayed for the 90 minutes on that pitch, unless they were injured. That was the only time that a captain would come off at Arsenal Football Club. And now you've got a captain who's so soft. He's not verbal at all. You know, he's not vocal.
All I keep seeing him doing is like either waving his arm around or pointing, and then you know he had that great shot. Listen, he hit it well. He struck it well. You got to give him his flowers for that. He hit that shot well. The Donnarumma, what's a save? And he had he done some great saves, Donnarumma, last night. But I mean, the shot but Odegaard seemed to lose every ounce of confidence that he had up until that point. After Donnarumma saved that, like he looked like he was shocked that he saved it, but then he lost everything because he gave the ball away about 3 or 4 times straight afterwards. He kept stopping, he kept doing what he's been doing all season, looking round, stopping the flow of the flow of play. He kept and then holding the ball up and then looking round and passing sideways or backwards, like Mohamed El Neni used to play. You know, like just Mohamed El Sideways we used to call him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't think. Do you reckon? To be honest now, Lee, and on art, do you reckon Saka had a brilliant game last night?
No, I don't think he had a brilliant game at all. I mean, he scored the goal. He had a couple of shots. He was all right, but he didn't. I don't know. It's I just think he was trying to do too much as well. We don't trust who's behind him. We don't trust Odegaard. It seems. Next,
but this thing is that injury, wasn't
he? You see me?
Yeah, I can see you, John. Yeah.
Right, good.
But, you know, Saka was he wasn't that great last night. And to be honest with you, he hasn't really been great since he's come back from injury. And we've all said, didn't we? We've all said, rest Saka for the season. Don't play him.
Say that.
I reckon he's still not 100% fit.
Listen, Ranieri was doing a fair job. He was doing I don't know why he didn't play Ranieri for the whole time that Saka was out. He played him for the last, 5 or 6 games, 5 or 6 weeks. And he got a few goals, playing exactly the same way, cutting him from the right on his left foot. He was doing exactly what Saka was doing before he got injured. So he was doing all right, and he's not getting a look in there. I mean, what did he come on for? What was it? The 88th minute or something? He come on.
Yeah.
I mean, and then last in the Bournemouth game, he come on late. In the PSG game before that, he come on in injury time, I believe, in that game, weren't it?
Yeah. And you think to yourself, well, what's he done? What is now where he done actually to upset this manager, Mikel Arteta? I don't think he's upset him. I just think Arteta is just. I just don't think he's got a clue now. And the quicker, and I am going to say it, I think the quicker that he's out of the club, give him these games to the end of this season, see where we finish. I don't think we're finishing second. I think Man City, we're 3 points. They're 3 points behind us, Man City.
They've had a resurgence, didn't they? Look at them. They was shit. How many games they lost, Man City? But withdrew more. We drew 12 times. The Invincible season, we had 12 draws. We've drew about 14 now, I think.
It's 14 games too much. It's 14 games too much. We out of those 14 games, we should be drawing about 8, maybe 10 games a season.
I'd say less than that. You're not looking to draw a lot of games. I mean, Man City ain't.
You're not looking to draw a lot of games. You want to win, obviously. But when you get those 14 games, that's what I'm saying. You take 6 of those draws away, you turn them into wins.
That's 12 points.
There you go. And how many points is Liverpool above us?
About 15. Yeah. So we go to Anfield and we can have a chance of
getting on
to them. There you go. We've got something to play for still. The season's over now, isn't it? It's like, I can't even be bothered anymore. John, what do you think? What do you think about this season? And obviously Tottenham, you're playing tonight. I think you're 3-1 up from the first leg. You'll probably get through to the final. Is it? It's a semi-final for you as well, isn't it, tonight? Man United are also. So it could be a Man United Tottenham final. That was for you,
yes, I think it will be, matey. I think it will be a Man United Tottenham final. But a cup's a cup and a trophy's a trophy. It doesn't matter what competition. Everyone loves a cup. Everyone wants a trophy. Regarding this season, me personally, I love Ange. Unfortunately, injuries. I'm not going to put it down all in injuries, but you know what? Ange is either, play high and attack. You win or you lose. You know what I mean? You live and die by the sword, man. You know what I mean? So tonight, I think Tottenham will go through. I'm just going to leave it like that. Tottenham will go through. I'm sure the players are hungry, and I do believe Tottenham will go through. As for the whole of the season on Tottenham, I think Tottenham need midfielders. We need someone in the centre. I don't think Bentancur is. We need something of a stature more than Bentancur for me in that midfield. Do I think we need a new manager? No. I love Ange. I just love him. I love the way he talks. I love the way how he talks and the way how he approaches the pundits or the silly people that ask questions. Tells it how it is. He's a no-nonsense man, and I love that about a manager. Straight up, sharp shooter, straight to the point. Tell them how it is. Put them in their place. Boom, done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did actually say, didn't he, last season that he always wins something in his second year. So it could be true to his word. It could be true to his word.
But as far as I know, in Celtic, even though Scottish League is totally different to the Premier League, a trophy is a trophy league. You cannot deny, a manager, okay, it might not be the Premier League, but that individual has won trophies, has won cups,
Yeah, well, we ain't won it. Arsenal, Chelsea beat us the last time we was in the Europa League final, weren't it?
Yeah, but my personal thing on Arsenal is I think Arteta had a stubborn mind. He's of a stubborn nature. I think the power since what's his name went?
Edu.
What's the Edu? Yeah. Since he went, I think Arteta, the word power and leverage has got to his head. And it's like it's done him. He's got to the point where, that power, it's like, yeah, I got the power, I got leverage, I will do what I want to do, And he's not listening to the fans like you, Anthony, other people saying bring in a striker or whatever. He ain't listening. So I call that stubbornness. I call it stubborn.
He's very stubborn. I agree, but I'm not sure. I'm not convinced, right?
Yeah.
But it's Arteta's choice not to buy a player in January or striker. I'm not convinced it was his choice because I truly believe, although they give him a new contract, right? I still believe that they've had enough of him. I've just got this feeling they're thinking, you know what? You've had enough money. You've let players go that you shouldn't have. Why would you send Reece Nelson on loan, right winger, right? And then loan in Raheem Sterling, who's a lot older. He's there. I don't think he's definitely not any better than Reece Nelson. In fact, Reece Nelson, I know he's been injured a while, but I mean, I would have preferred most people that I've spoken to as well, Anthony, that Reece Nelson's a better player than Sterling anyway. So what was he weakened the team by doing that? Stole Emil Smith, bro.
I got something better. I got something better. I got something better to say, right?
Yeah.
So going back, at the beginning part of the season, West Ham put a £30 million bid in for Reece Nelson. Why didn't we sell him?
Yeah, he's on loan. Yeah, it's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So why did we sell Reece Nelson for 30 million to West Ham, right? And then that gives us 30 million. But then again, you've got to think that he's a profit because he came up from the youth. He came up from the ranks.
No,
so we made a £30 million profit. That's £30 million towards a player to replace and a decent sort of backup from Saka. So why wasn't that arranged? See, this is what the problem is, Lee. And now what I'm waiting for now this season is when this season next season starts. All this in the January transfer window, because me and you, we covered the January transfer window, right? Mm-hmm. We did a show on it.
Yeah.
Wasn't Arsenal? Did it not say on Sky Sports News that Zubimendi will be an Arsenal player next season?
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yes.
So I'm going to see if this happens. If this doesn't happen, then our club is based on lies.
Absolutely.
And if they can lie to us, they can lie to anybody.
Yeah. The same thing happened with Zubimendi in Liverpool in the summer, last summer.
There you go.
Liverpool fans going, Zubi-dooby-doo, where are you? I don't know who he is. He's a content creator for a Liverpool geezer. He was going, Zubi, all dancing about. Next thing you know, bang. He's not coming. Yeah. He's staying another year. Same thing with us. It was apparently deal done. Done deal.
Lee, sorry to interrupt you, Anthony. Sorry to interrupt you. Do you think Arsenal have the money to spend on a striker? You two Arsenal people. Do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I do.
I think they're going to go big. I think they're going to go for Gyökeres. I think we're going to get Gyökeres. I think it's going to be around 85, 90 million.
He will go to Man United.
We're going to get a midfield player and a winger as well. They're saying it's going to be a big summer. I think Saliba has rejected Real Madrid, so them rumours hopefully are quashed. But I think Gabriel's been a better centre half. I know he's been out the last few games, but I think he's been the better centre half this year.
He's been a miss. He's been a miss in the last few games, mate. He's been a miss. Them two are your rock. Them two are your foundation. Once one gets sorry about that.
What's happened?
Gets from that bedrock.
We're getting a bit of feedback off your phone, John.
Oh, don't worry. Some idiot tried to ring me. I switched it off, so don't worry about that one. Once one of them bedrocks, as we know in football, goes, and then you have to replace, then it's a bit of a rock and roll situation, you know. So I think for me, I don't know who the guys replaced him with. Is it Q4 or something like that? I don't know.
Kiwior, yeah. He's a Polish international. I think he's been decent.
Yeah, but he's not as the bedrock as them two. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so for me, Arsenal, as you said, don't know. But them matches, if them two was to play together, I think Arsenal would have won most of their matches. Without a shadow of that.
I think Saliba's made a few little mistakes at all. He's been caught on the ball a few times in the last few games as well. You know, I don't know what it is. But is he missing Gabriel? Is he missing that? Because does Gabriel keep one eye on him and like mark his card with someone? Because he's been caught on the ball a few times. You know, dilly-dallying on the ball and then been caught in possession. He recovered well last night from one of them. He got caught on the ball against Bournemouth. He got caught on the ball against Crystal Palace. You know, like recent games as well. He sort of loses. I don't know if he concentrates for the whole game.
No, I didn't think he does. But I mean, to be honest with you, Lee, I mean, look how he was. Like, this is going back to the Champions League. Look how high, and we were all on the high. We're all happy because the scoreline on aggregate when we knocked Real Madrid out of it. And I did say, and I said it. I said that scoreline does not mean anything if we don't go on to win this competition. And I'm right. It don't mean nothing. It don't mean anything to me now. It was just to me. It just seems like it was a normal game of football. But it's like what I said in the first game against PSG. When you're playing top flight football, especially in the Champions League, you've got to be winning your own games.
Yeah.
You've got to. And we could have won that game, the first game, 2-0. We would have lost that game last night, 2-1. Both games 2-1. And I tell you what, the only chances that we most probably would have had to go through would most probably have been in a goal in extra time or maybe a penalty shootout. That was what it should have been against PSG. And no doubt that we most probably would have been playing Inter Milan in the final. Obviously, if we would have won in the penalty shootout, but I didn't want Inter Milan. I wanted Barcelona.
We had this chat before, John, didn't we? I said, was it you? No, it wasn't you. Sorry, it was someone else. I was speaking to my missus's brother, and
it was me.
No, it was my missus' brother as well. I was talking to about it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I know we were messaging about it.
Yeah, but I did have a chat with him about it because I was round the house the other day, and he was saying it was the day of the Barcelona Inter Milan that game. It was so it was Tuesday, and he was saying if you get through, who would you rather get in the final? And I said Barcelona, absolutely. I said because of 2006, I want revenge for the 2006 final. And for a second reason is when we play against a team like Barcelona, who's could be an open game, it would be end to end. I think we'd have more chance of scoring, of winning the game. But against Inter Milan, when they lock up and they just smash it, you try and they sit back there, get a goal on the counter attack, they sit back and they just smash everything out. Everything you put in that box there, nuts out, and it'd be a 1-0 both games probably. If we played them in the, I want to talk about both games. It would be a 1-0 win in the final to Inter Milan. But against Barcelona, I could have seen goals. I could have seen a 3-2, something like that either way. But I thought I would have felt more confident against playing like that than trying to score against Inter Milan, because they done us as well in the group stages. We could not break them down. Could not break them down, and that's what worried me as well. I was thinking we've got more chance against Barcelona.
Yeah,
I believe that, but we had to get past PSG first, and ultimately we couldn't get past them. And I think I hope they're going on with it there. I do, because I think they're a good side. They're a good side since the days of Neymar and Mbappe and Messi. They all try to be like the new.
Too much money, brother. Too much money. I said PSG. Their goal, unfortunately, as you said about Mbappe, the amount of money, their eyes were concentrated on Champions League. But apart from they fell because of Real Madrid and Barcelona, got rid of all these big ego money things. They've gone back to basics, a basic model, a Barca model or something like that. And they've come close, semi-finals. Now they're in the final. Who
would you rather? I'll ask both of you. Who would you rather at your team? Would you rather a Neymar or a Kvaratskhelia?
Who's Kvaratskhelia? Who's that, Lee?
He plays for PSG. He's the winger. He's the winger who plays for PSG. Last night, I've seen him play. I've seen him play 3 times.
I'll take the winger because Neymar's he's like 32 now. Neymar.
The work rate. No, even a young Neymar. I'm talking about the up and down. The work. You won't see Neymar.
Yeah, the young Neymar, not Neymar of now. No, not Neymar of now, but Neymar when he was younger. Yeah, that definitely.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be running back though. He'd be up top. He wouldn't be tracking back. He'd say, "Fuck that! I'm not doing that." He was. He
But
were,
in that
Yeah,
sense,
absolutely.
your striker should be in the box anyway.
Neymar's
He should
always
be
been
around
like
the
that.
box and in. Your striker should be around the box and in the box.
What?
Your striker should be around the box and in the
Yeah,
box.
but Neymar was on a winger, wasn't he? We know the striker should be up the top all the time. I agree. Like Haaland. Haaland don't fuck that. He just stays up there.
Yeah, that's the whole point of him being a striker. What I don't understand why. It riles me. Don't get me wrong. I know it can save you. Like if if somebody took a shot and it went past your goalkeeper and your striker ended the ball off the line. That great. That saved us. But in all fairness, why is that striker got to be there? If in that area, as far as I'm concerned, that's a centre backs area.
Yeah, of course. I get that. I wasn't saying about the striker. I was saying about the wingers. The winger, like Neymar's a winger.
But I don't even like them. I don't like them defending to a certain extent, getting balls off the line. And you think, why is he there getting the ball off the line when it should be the defender? Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, but sometimes the defenders overlap the wingers, the right backs, full backs, and overlap, and then you got you got to trot back and help out sometimes. And back to Vetsi-Skella, I mean, he was immense last night, and I'll fucking rate him, mate. I'd have him at Arsenal in a heartbeat.
How much do you rate him?
Vetsi-Skella?
Yeah.
He'd be if I had a choice of buying a winger.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a winger to buy in the summer, he'd be my top winger to buy.
Yeah.
Nico Williams and all them that we've got linked with, nah. Go and get Vetsi-Skella. We won't be able to get him there because PSG are probably going to. I've only got him in January from Napoli.
Oh, well, yeah, they won't sell him until January next year because the players going to stay there for a season, aren't they, roughly?
I don't think they're selling him at all because he's only young as well. I think he's about 24.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's mustard, mate. He's mustard.
They ain't selling him. They ain't selling him. They won't sell him.
No, of course not.
Would you say
unless someone comes in with a big offer, ridiculous offer, 100 million or something, maybe they might think about it.
What did you say? He's what?
Mustard.
He's mustard.
Yeah.
Well, no, this here is mustard, mate. Here, look, English mustard. Right? So this is my prop. So I knew that somewhere down the line you was going to say it, so I thought I'll use this for tonight's show. So, yeah. He's not in there. He's definitely not in there.
I like the fact you got the English mustard, not that pony French mustard that don't even taste like anything.
No.
It's got no kick in it, that French mustard, is it?
No.
Or whole grain. Brilliant. Right, so let's just move on. Let's move on to Anfield. We're going there. Do you know what I was thinking? I was thinking when I see the fixtures and I knew that we was playing Liverpool right near the end of the season, third from last game. Someone said, I think a while ago in the chat on one of our shows, Anthony, that we've got Liverpool end of the season, and I was thinking 89. You know what I mean? I was thinking 89 again, but it's a third from it's over there anyway. I don't think it's going to be. They lost their last game, Liverpool, and I was surprised at that. Was it Chelsea that beat them?
Yep.
Yes. It's Chelsea.
Convincingly.
Chelsea are going to look like they're going to make a late surge for the top four as well. But anyway, Liverpool are already on the beach, mate. Liverpool already on the beach. We've got nothing to play for. We've definitely got top four. I mean, it's only a matter of pride, the difference between second and fourth or fifth now. I think we're already going to be. I think we've been on the beach for ages anyway. We did have a valiant effort. Certain moments in that game, there was the first 15 minutes, then there was a drop off, then there was another 5 or 10 minutes towards the end of the first half. Then there was the beginning of the first half. Then there was another drop off, and then there was they tried hard again. Substitutions come on. Trossard come on, and he looked like a man possessed. To be fair, But I think Odegaard ultimately has let us down as well as a few other players.
Yeah.
But for me, my player of the season this year is Declan Rice. I was going to do a different show or video on that, but I'm going to tell you now.
This is Declan Rice right here. Yeah,
he's in that
mustard. There he is. Yeah. He's mustard.
And my most disappointing player of the year is Martin Odegaard by a fucking country mile. Country mile, he's been the worst player this season.
Yeah, 100%.
Really
I 100% agree with that. 100%. And you touch on it. You know, we got Liverpool this weekend coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got nothing. It's like what you said. They've got nothing to play for, but I feel that they want to give us a game. They will definitely want to give us a game. And Liverpool this is not the game that I'm fearing. It's the game after, which is Newcastle, right? And then we got Southampton last game of the season.
Yeah.
So do you know what I'm saying? So I mean, in all fairness, what I would have done this season, I would have beat Bournemouth, beat Southampton, even if a draw against Liverpool. But Newcastle, you could either took a draw, well, any one, it wouldn't have bothered me. Because in all fairness, you got to think, they're breathing down our backs. So we got Man City breathing down our backs, Newcastle, Chelsea, Forest. I mean, if we lose any more of these games, we can go as low as fourth. There's a possibility we can end up finishing fifth this season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of the, even though the top five goes into Champions League this season, but I mean, who wants to finish fifth again? Like knowing that we went from fifth, second twice, back down to fifth.
Yeah.
So in all fairness,
I think, boys, Arsenal will be up for Liverpool on Sunday. I think you'll see a better performance on Sunday from Arsenal. I'll be shocked, Lee and Anthony, if Arsenal don't take out their anger, frustration, whatever word you want to call it, mate, at Anfield. It don't matter. But I think you see, you know what I'm saying? I think the Arsenal players feel that you're gonna see a better performance, and you're gonna see. I think Arsenal will beat Liverpool Sunday. That's just my prediction, because you know it's especially Declan Rice. You keep mentioning Declan Rice, Lee. I think he will put in a performance, and I think that you will see a reaction. You will see a reaction from Arsenal on Sunday. Leave Newcastle for a while. Yeah, go on, mate.
I said, well, let's hope so. Let's hope. Obviously, I still want to win the last 3 games. I want to win them all, but you know, I just heart's broken at the minute. The heart's broken. There was so much like excitement. Excitement's not the right word. Optimism, maybe is the right word for last night. And you know, I was planning on doing. I was going to do a watch along, and I thought, no, let's not do a watch along, man, because I'm going to lose my shit. And I did lose my shit if we go out. And you know, I was, oh man, you should have heard the language. My daughter was just like, Dad, you know, I thought you was murdering someone. You know what I mean? Yeah, she was in the kitchen talking on the phone to her friend, and she came in and went, Dad, I'm on the phone to my friend. They think you're a lunatic. I was going ballistic, man. When he gave the penalty, I went fucking mental, man. Anyway, when he saved the penalty, I was going mental. When Saka got a goal back, I was doing cartwheels. When he the other one, Saka had another chance. He went over the bar. I fucking screamed and said, "You useless C word," you know what I mean?
The whole lot.
Mate. Oh yeah, it was too emotional. It would have been. It might have been good viewing. I don't know, but I just thought that. Then I thought, should I do a match reaction? And I thought, no, let's just calm down, keep it cool, just calm down.
Yeah,
do this show with Anthony tomorrow and John, and just be try and be a bit. I know that gets views. I know the people freaking out and all the going ballistic and mental and effing and blinding and all that all the time. I know that gets views, but I just thought, no, in the beginning, I've been doing it 3 years now. In the beginning, I've done all that sort of shit as well. I've probably done it at certain points this season as well. But I want to try and keep it like calm and collected. I don't want to be one of them channels that it's all about the fucking noise you make. It's all about the ranting. I know the videos. This stream is called Red and Ranting, but that's a good little title that we come up with, Anthony, wasn't it? Red and Ranting.
It was, yeah.
You know, we can have a little. We're reds and we're going to have our rants. So I think that was quite good. But we could do our rants in the calmest way possible. I know sometimes you can't help yourself. Emotions run high.
Absolutely.
I just want to try and keep it, especially for this next season. Hopefully with a new manager, a new midfield, another striker, a fucking brilliant striker. And then, I mean, I don't care if it's Osman, Gyökeres. You know, it's got to be someone like that, like an Isaac. It's got to be, what do they call it? What do they call it on fantasy football? Like prestige, not prestige, there's another word for it. Like the top of the range, basically. A top of the range striker. We need it desperately. And I mean, I can't help but think that if we did have one this season, we'd have been in a far better position. Yeah. So we'll do score predictions for Anfield and in the other business, Anthony, if you want to say anything else, John.
Well, I'm just gonna make one quick thing, right? And like we can all say this because obviously it involves Tottenham. Obviously, he was a fan at Arsenal and that. What do we think of Harry Kane winning his first ever trophy?
Well, he deserves it. He deserves it.
Who's that, Harry Anthony?
Kane. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not a fan of the Germans, to be honest with you, mate. I think he's sticking one in the boot, mate. When I saw that video after they won, or when they found out they won the Bundesliga, and it was all of them, and he looked up at the camera like that with a beer or something like that. I thought, look, listen, credit to him. He's been longing for trophies. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he's a Bavarian man now. He ain't a Londoner man. He lives in Bavaria. But you know what I'm saying? And I can't stand him. I can't stand it. You know, I can't stand it. But no, listen, Harry Kane is Harry Kane. He's been longing for trophies, and he's got one, and he deserves it, as he said, because how many goals he scored this season for Bayern Munich? 30 or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
he's a striker.
He was consistently scoring over 20 goals, wasn't he, in the Premier League?
So,
regardless of where they finished first. It was consistently fighting for the Golden Boot. I think 100%.
He deserves it.
For England as well. You know, I know he's a Tottenham player. He was apparently an Arsenal fan when he was young. I don't know if them photos were doctored or superimposed or whatever when he was pictured in an Arsenal shirt when he was young. Don't care anyway. But I think you know, he deserves it, man. He does.
He deserves it.
Finally got a trophy. What do you think, Anthony? You ain't said what you think.
I mean, I think fair play to him. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that he had a crap Euros and a World Cup before that. You know, he wasn't prolific in scoring goals. He kept coming in deep. But it just goes to prove to show Harry Kane is a player. It should be in the box at all times.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, fair play to him. He won his first trophy. I think it may have. He's put up on the not just before the world class. I mean, he is a good striker, but you know, at least I'm glad that he's won something in his career now. You know, because in all fairness, I know he's ex-Tottenham, but you know, something like that, he does deserve it. But Lee, listen, I gotta go because it's the playoffs. You know,
I know that's what I knew that already. So I just want to get your quick score prediction, and we're gonna call it a night anyway.
Okay.
So Arsenal, Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. Score predictions. I'm going with a 1-0 loss. I'm going Liverpool 1-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
We're fucked, mate. We're terrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a high-scoring match. I do believe Arsenal not got a point to prove, but I think they got anger, frustration, and obviously, as you said, Liverpool won the trophy. They got beat by Chelsea, a lackluster performance, and if Liverpool do the same thing again, Arsenal will take advantage of that one. That's for sure.
So what's the score prediction?
A high-scoring match. You know what? I'm gonna go 3-2 Arsenal.
3-2 Arsenal. Okay.
I believe there'll be goals in there. There'll be goals in there. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
So let's just get this out on
James.
James, how you doing, sir? Good to see you in the chat, mate. The show's nearly over now. You missed it, bro. Did you get a notification? Anyway, Anthony, your score predictions before we say goodnight and God bless.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool because unfortunately we are not cutting the mustard.
We're not cutting the mustard. No, that's true. We didn't cut the mustard last night.
Anthony and the mustard, mate. Mustard, Anthony. English. Classic.
James,
like that one.
No worries, James. We're going to be doing these. Anthony's back on board. We're going to be doing a Thursday show. I know it's the end of the season now. We're just going to do some reaction shows. Red and ranting. We're going to be doing during the window. We're going to be doing like transfer rumor shows as well, James. So stay tuned, bro. Hope you had a nice dinner anyway. I'm starving. See you later, Steph.
Some mustard on that, Lee. Got some mustard on it?
You want some mustard on it? Yeah, I will.
Yeah, you got some mustard on your dinner?
No. I think I've got meat.
Oh, Anthony, what else you got there, Anthony? What else you got there apart from mustard, mate?
Well, I did used to come on with another prop because Lee was 1 minute he was Arteta in, next minute he was Arteta out, and he was a flip flop. So I used to get a flip flop and wave it on the show. Yeah, there he is.
Cool. I like it.
Good to see you in the chat, James. Anyway, mate, hope you had a lovely dinner. Change the subject, Lee. Stefan, be the same points. If we get beaten, if Man City win their game, who's Man City got?
Oh, but they got
the Man City win. We will be on the same points. Yeah, see, Man City could leapfrog us, man.
Yeah, but we got a better goal.
They beat us home and away in the cup, didn't they?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, we got a better goal.
Don't worry about Man City, mate.
They got Southampton. Don't worry about Man City.
All right.
Send the mustard to Arteta.
Email. Like that one.
All right. Cool. Thanks everybody in the chat. Thank you for joining in the show, boys. I've got to call it a night now. It's getting late. I'm tired. Someone's ducking behind you, Anthony.
Yeah, I know. My son. He was fuming yesterday with the Arsenal game. Yeah, I thought I was bad, but this one's even worse. I was on a stream last night and he came down, he opened the door and he went, Dad, Arteta shit. And he shut the door back. I was like, oh, all right.
Class. I like it.
Yeah.
I like that. Cool.
All right then. Well, thank you everybody in the chat, everybody that joined in, you two on the show. I'm going to wish you all a very good night and God bless you all. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Don't worry about the bugs. There'll be no bugs, mate. Don't worry about that one.